Germany lost the final to Spain 12-7 12 months ago. And they're on course for a second final, 3 out of 3 at the pool stage. Uganda went out at the quarter-final stage, losing to Papua New Guinea. Now 12 months on, and Uganda look far more accomplished and could well cause problems for Germany here. Uganda led by Michael Okarash. He's got his brother, young Philip Okarash, in the ranks as well. And he certainly created an impression here in Hong Kong. Germany with the gold numbers and lettering. Tim Lichtenberg is their captain. John Daw starts this one, the young man from Plymouth in England. Kalitz and Hall, the forwards. Bastian Himmer scored a few nice tries this weekend. Tevita Rokovereni takes charge from Fiji, just seen his countryman down in New Zealand with the highest score ever. So Uganda kick off this qualifier quarter-final. These teams, of course, looking for core team status next season. It's Germany. Right from the outset of the first possession, good, solid tackle there from Ivan Magomu. And alongside me, Wayne Griffith, here is Mark Robertson, former Scotland representative. And everything to play for here, Mark.
Yeah, exactly that. We're in knockout rugby, and this German side have had a few complete performances. But when it comes down to the quarter-final stages, you know, anybody can win it, especially Uganda. They've got real flair, real talent, so Germany will have to be right back on top of their game to come through this.
Sebuliba, the Ugandan number 7, penalised.
Interesting decision here when they've left Marvin Diekman on the bench. He scored a hat-trick in that last game. He's been real firepower on the wing for Germany, so
well, they can bring him in at some stage. Just caught a glimpse there of German coach Vuyo Sangwa, a former Blitzbokker player. Claimed honours with the Blitzbokker over the years, as Germany look for the opening score of this match. Tumbling forward towards the try line is the big number 5, Sebastian Fromm, opens the scoring for much fancied Germany.
Yeah, great awareness from Sebastian Fromm. You can see in the replay here, they win the line out well. He gets the ball and he takes a lot of stopping. He's a powerful man, low centre of gravity, but when the tackle goes in, he's not held, so the tackle is not completed, so he's able to get back to his feet without releasing the ball. Really good awareness from him.
There is Vuyo Sangwa applauding the effort. This is not a bad effort either, just bounces back off the upright. Germany open the scoring. Messages on Twitter from around the world. So much interest in this qualifier. And it would mean so much to the men in possession here if they were able to secure core status on the HSBC World Rugby Sevens series. Life-changing is what they claim it could mean for them.
That's great defence from the Germans. You can see they've realised Uganda, they've got individual threats, so what they're doing is they're working in threes around about the ball carrier in defence, and they're getting in those offload channels. But also it means that if there is a tackle missed or a tackle slipped, the next person's close enough to get in and make that chop. Great structure defensively from the Germans.
So Germany with a good position here, just inside the Ugandan 22. Poised to take the line out. Nicholas Hall, the number 10, the try scorer. Sebastian Fromm, very difficult man to bring down in full flight. Another penalty quickly taken this time by Germany. That's Max Kalitz. It has to be a score, surely out wide. It's a stroll in for Nicholas Hall.
Yeah, real control there. Nice easy finish for Nicholas Hoyle. Not scoring an easier one, but for me...
mistake. Sorry, Mark, it was Tim Lichtenberg.
Yeah, for me, it comes from Hempel, the man who's about to take the conversion. He pulls the strings for this German team. He's the key, he's the facilitator. He makes a lot of tries. You know, he knows when to go for the gap, but he also knows when to distribute it to others who are in space or where there's more dangerous runners round about him. He's been on the circuit for a long time in terms of the European Feeder circuit, and yeah, it's just so good for the Germans to have his sort of experience within their ranks.
Yes, I can correct myself. The captain, Tim Lichtenberg, it was. With the second try for Germany, they lead by 12-0. Excellent take in the air. Solomon Okia. And that's Ivan Mogomo out to Sebuliba. Takes on the German defence. Good stripping work there by John Dorr. Pumping the legs is Max Kalitz over the 10-metre line. Dorr again into the gap, opening up for Hempel. This is Bastian Himmer. Sebuliba, though, was there for Uganda. Uganda not been out of their own half for the greater part of this opening period. Now then, what can this guy do? You've got to take him low. 12-0. Kasiga to Aaron Ofirot. Back to Sebuliba again. Now then, Uganda have numbers out wide. Okia, and finally Uganda get into the German half for the poorest of passes, though under pressure. And somehow Uganda have contrived to retain possession. If Uganda could get a score here before the break, then there's a chance. Oh, poor passing from Ofirot. Gives possession away. And the penalty also.
Yeah, Ugandans running out of ideas a little bit. The Germans are clearly utilising a strategy with sweepers sitting out the back quite deep to take away that kicking option from the Ugandans, but also the man on the outside, he's tucking in slightly so that they're able to use that touchline as an extra defender.
Germany going undefeated in pool play. They defeated Hong Kong by 14-12, Zimbabwe by 27-7, and Papua New Guinea by 37-6. Looking good here as we approach the break. 2 tries to the good. Still time for another score before referee Rocco Vereni brings the first half to a close. Well taken there by Max Kalitz. Germany stretching the Uganda defence through Hempel into the hands of Sebastian Fromm, who opened the scoring. Loud blast on the whistle of the referee.
Yeah, once again, that's just a lack of control from that first support player. The refs have been hot on that over the course of this weekend. As the approaching support player, if you do put your hands past the ball, it'll be an instant penalty. We've seen that a lot over the weekend.
So a minute into referee time at the end of the first half. Uganda still looking for their opening score. They found a gap though through Timothy Kasiga. Finally brought to earth. Little kick, a speculative kick, and a poor kick it was too, and that's played right into the hands of Sebastian Fromm. In from the side, surely against Uganda's number 10, Solomon Okia. The half can't finish on the penalty. So it's quickly taken, and that's enough for the first half. Let's take a breather. Let's regather. And come out strongly for the second half. So 2 tries, 1 conversion to the good, and Germany lead Uganda by 12-0.
they are under pressure, so let's up the tempo a little bit, put them under pressure. Remember, guys, stay away from the middle. So if they shoot up front, let's try and get back onto the short side so we can open them up again, okay? Guys, stay calm. It's your game, you in control, okay? Next kickoff is ours. Now, Fabs, we go 4-2 again, put it towards the corner. Maxi, let's get us the ball, let's go and score, then we can start thinking about making changes, okay? And stay in control.
Geige kämpfende Verteidigung, okay? Wenn die Bälle haben, tackle, 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 okay?
Unsere Kontrolle, unser Ball, okay?
Movement. 1, 2, move back!
Yeah, Kinski in that German camp, very calm, cool and collected. They're a group of men who now have a lot of experience as a group, and you know they've taken that experience from the defeat in last year's final, and there's not a real desperation there because there doesn't need to be from them, because they've got such clarity within their camp in terms of their roles and responsibilities and such balance to their team. So they're going to be a difficult outfit to beat over the course of this weekend.
Germany started in 2013 with a €75,000 grant to target the World Series. And certainly within their grasp. They've got a firm hold on this match, 12-0, and they've corralled the Ugandans in their own half for the whole of the opening 7 minutes. Germany coming in from the side. Uganda desperately need a score. They defeated Chile, they defeated Georgia, lost their final pool game to Japan, but they were a man down. Philip Walker-Rush dispatched to the sin bin. Fabian Hempel, who has 6. Out he goes from Hall. Some big, strong men in this German side, but they're not finding the Ugandans lacking in the tackle sticks.
A really good aggressive defence from the Ugandans. It's a difficult task getting a dominant tackle in sevens because there's so much space for their tackles to utilise. To get square in front of an attacker and really drive them backwards, it takes good footwork, good agility to get your foot pattern right so that you're able to explode through the attacker.
So Germany have made a substitution. It's the man that you wanted to see on the field, Mark. It's Marvin Diekmann. Prolific try scorer for Germany. He's on in place of Sebastian Fromm. It's a risky pass, but it does go to hand. Uganda desperate to bring Philip Walker-Rush into play. Hardly had a touch all game. Lovely angle there from Marvin Diekmann. The substitution has paid off for Germany.
Yeah, that man, Marvin Diekmann, 5th try in Hong Kong this weekend. As you said, when they've used that to their strength by bringing them off the bench to have that sharpness. You can see the awareness as soon as that transition's made, that turnover, he's back in place and he's looking for the space, looking for that try, and he's been on electric form. That's one of the benefits that Germany have got now. They've not just got 7 players, they've got 12 players who can come on and make a real difference within their squad.
And a pretty useful kicker as well in Fabian Hempel. On comes Anja Buchmann, another very experienced player for Germany. He wears 1 and he strolls out to the far end of the field. So Germany bringing their big hitters into the game as they lead 19-0. With 4 minutes or so remaining of this first of the qualifier quarterfinals. Uganda have not had an opportunity to show what they can do at all. Solid defending from Germany. And the tackles coming in, the first tackle from Anja Buchmann. So difficult. So here come Uganda once again. It's turning into an arm wrestle, and yet another penalty against Germany. And they have to be careful that they don't give away a yellow card. James Odongo wears 2. That's a second replacement. Casito. Playa Sajena over the 10-meter line. Very effective counter-rucking by Germany.
Yeah, the decision-making in defence has been absolutely spot on from the Germans, and defence is the foundation really which you build your game plan on. And the Germans work great in defence, but also their structure and their decision-making, when to commit to the breakdown and when to leave it so that they've got 7 men on their feet. That accuracy has been spot on over the course of the weekend, and as I say, if they're to go on and win their tournament, it won't be their attack that wins them the game, it will be their defence and structure.
Vuyo Zangwa sends on Claude Breschenmacher. Number 4 on for Bastian Himmer.
Thank you, time to go.
Just under 3 minutes for Germany to take another step, a major step closer towards that final and what could be a core status for them next season. Dancing through the tackle, that was Timothy Kisiga. A hint of a gap perhaps on the narrow side for Philip Walkerash. The kick downfield. Back there though, down on the ball very quickly was Fabian Hempel. And look, once again, there are 3 German players there to make sure that the possession is not lost.
You can just see how hot the Ugandans are. They're always looking for that little kick through. The one time Hempel was in that defensive line, Walkerich saw it and he put the little dink through. But again, it's Hempel's vision that allowed him to realise that they were going to pick that up, and he's back. And again, his work rate, his vision, his leadership on this pitch over the course of this weekend has been brilliant.
And you have to mention the timely substitutions of Vuyo Zangwa, knowing that there could be another 2 games to come. Looking to keep his powder dry, brings on Kane Ricks, wearing number 8 for Nicholas Hall.
Yeah, this game's all but done. Minute 34. Uganda have to score 3 times to be in with a chance of winning. And the Germans they'll be starting to think about the recovery now. They're going home, getting into the pool, doing a little bit of mobility, getting into the ice bath, then getting their compression skins on and trying to get 8 hours sleep tonight so they're in as good a place as possible come the semi-final tomorrow.
Germany have it. Well, Uganda came to Hong Kong with such high hopes this year, and they look good at times against Chile and Georgia. The captain, Lichtenberg, lovely work by the captain. Strolling away is Marvin Diekmann. A try which secures Germany's place in the qualifiers semi-final.
Yeah, great winger's try. It's not all about making the space yourself, it's how good a support player you are. They're the easy tries to pick up, but it comes from reading your teammate and accelerating onto the ball so that those backtracking defenders, they can't get back to you. He has been on try-scoring form this weekend. That's 6 tries over the course of 3 games. Impressive stats from Diekmann.
And a high work rate from Diekmann, and a great understanding between the players, and that only comes with hours and hours of training on the training paddock. That score takes Diekmann to the top of the try scorers list here in the qualifiers in Hong Kong. 6 to his name now. Time is up. We already heard the siren. That's enough. High into the sidelines goes the ball as Germany progress in the qualifiers competition. Then they're safely into the semi-final, but it's heartbreak once again for Uganda, who, as I say, came to Hong Kong this weekend with such high hopes. They've made many a friend, have the Ugandans, and we'll see them again, that's for sure. But for now, let's congratulate Germany on the job well done, on the back of a final scoreline which reads Germany 26, Uganda 0.
So Germany are through, and they will take on either Chile or Hong Kong in the qualifying semi-final tomorrow. Just get your ears around this, the roar for Hong Kong. They are much loved naturally in their home tournament, Hong Kong. Desperately trying to win their way onto the World Series. And there's a look at their starting lineup. Boucard, Mays, Coverdale, Hood, always dangerous. Raman, Neville, and Xing also. Their opponents, Chile, have been terrific. Brangier has come up big. Fernandez, Uroz, and De Wits, Kanmoto. I'm sure Maloney joining me for the call. He's Gareth Rees, World Rugby Hall of Famer. Who's winning this?
Well, Chile have got to be your favourites. They're feeding off that experience on the HSBC Sevens World Series, but Hong Kong will feed off the crowd. I'm going to go upset. Hong Kong, major upset.
Let's see how it all plays out. Hong Kong v Chile. That's slapped back well by Uroz. He goes deep into the 22 now after the good rush defence from Hong Kong. Chile go close with Torrealba keeping alive off the deck. Cross comes Hood and makes the tackle, an important one as well, and gets a shot on the pill. Almost forces a turnover. Uroz bullets the pass across the deck. It's in a touch, and Hong Kong will enjoy a great piece of real estate to work from with their first swing with ball in hand.
Yeah, Paul John, I've got to be happy with that. Hong Kong defense has been a little bit sketchy in the pool matches. That was good line speed, good pressure, and now possession.
It'll be Hood looking for a target. And that's slapped by Uroz. He gets the jump, and they steal it at line-out time, and now Hood's got to head back and tidy up. Look at the pace from Fernandez. Hood's there, and Fernandez wisely lets him pull it in, and Upsing makes the tackle. Boucard close to the touchline and then crosses it.
Yeah, good chase there. Rodrigo Fernandez also showing his experience, pulling the Hong Kong player into touch. Edmundo Alfos, another man with some serious experience. As I mentioned, they had a run in Las Vegas at the USA Sevens, also competed in Canada, in Vancouver. So recent high test action for them.
Torrealba chasing Uroz here, who fades to the back. Good clean work at the line out from Chile. And they get nice width on the ball as well, across to the captain, Brangier. 5 away. Chile work it to the short side, lovely hands. And the score is good from Benjamin De Wits.
Well, we know he's got pace, we know he loves to run him in, but look at the pickup here. Right off his boot tops. Brangier does the damage, as he's done so many times for the Condors over the years. Watch this pickup. Not the best pass, right there. Turned it into points.
10 seconds.
That coming off the back of the fouled line-out throw from Hong Kong. They couldn't get it to work deep inside the Chilean 22, and as a result, they find themselves behind on the scoreboard.
Well, for the moment, taking the crowd out of this, they're buzzing. They've been here all day in day 2 of Hong Kong Sevens.
Just hear Damon Murphy there, our referee, giving Chile the hurry up. They've got 30 seconds to get the ball back moving again. The referees, like the punters at home and in the stadium, want to see up-tempo sevens from the get-go. Hood went up for that, couldn't come down with it, but his side work it away from their danger zone. Boucard.
For me, Sean, Chile just dodged a bullet there. That's a yellow card off that kickoff. Playing the man in the air, but play on 7-on-7 for the moment.
Ramin, the captain, gets the play started. Now Hood. Hood has it ripped away. It might have been high. In fact, the tackle down low didn't release. So some piggyback penalties here to help Hong Kong move their way downtown.
Yeah, this is a tackle. I'm not sure. The second man in, he's not to the ground yet. He's not on his knees. He's just stolen that ball fair and square. Ignacio Silva heads up play.
Hood. Taps and switches. Remain. Hood. Sends it all the way to Shing. And now the penalty the other way to Chile. Incorrect entry from the host team. And now the kick ahead. De Wit's chasing. Will he get there in time? No, the ball just outpaces him in a touch. And Hong Kong dodge a bullet.
Well, inches in it. That's the sevens game. Didn't know sure that he had to kick it. It was 3-on-1. He had support right and left. So he's relying on the bounce to stay in field, and De Wit can't get it to pop up for him before rolling over the sideline.
Jamie Hood comes back. Looking for Coverdale here. Coverdale tidy on that occasion. Hood happy to knock it up the park. It's a great strike from Hood. And it angles back in field as well. Now the line is set from Hong Kong, and they go and they make the first up tackle. Uroz at scrum half. Uroz looking for rooming close. Here come Hong Kong. The little mistaking type from Chile opened it up. And Bukar pops it down.
He comes back into contact, spills it. Bukar wisely gets his hands on it, looks around, there's no one there. He's got his team, his country right back into this one for the conversion to come.
So there's a 5-pointer, and now the conversion attempt from point blank. It's 7-5. Hong Kong are up.
Bringing this crowd back into the match.
It's knockout. Sevens rugby. Both coaches understandably pensive as they watch on. 2 points of difference. There's the try scorer. Bukart trying to put down the runner. Can't do so. And they are valuable meters down the left-hand side for Chile. Torrealba shuffles on to Fernandez. We've seen how quick he is. Fernandez back to Torrealba. Creates some space to the right for De Wit. Looking for try number 2. I reckon it's A-OK.
It's going to have a look. The question is try or no try. I think he's good too. Torrealba does the damage right through the middle. He gets it down plenty of time before his feet are pulled into touch. Yeah, no problem at all for Chile.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. And boys, the hooter's gone, hasn't it? All right, thanks. Time back on.
The try is on the board for De Wit. Just warms himself up. It's cold here in Hong Kong today. That'll warm the heart of his coach as well. Mundo Olfos. Torrealba got through, connected with a speedster, and the finish was good.
Marcelo Torrealba is outstanding. He's also taking the kick there. Good strike. Oh, just off the post.
So at the break, it is Chile up by 3 against Hong Kong.
And that comes from the contact area. We're getting turned over the contact area, and then against a disorganised defence from us. Let's be harder, let's be tougher in those breakdowns. particularly in those wide channels. But come on, boys, we get on a bit. Physicality. When the less we put it behind them, we put them under pressure, we score, okay? Boys, we have to make sure that we look after our own ball. Look after our own ball, make our one-on-ones. It's simple. It's simple, guys.
Perfecto, perfecto, muchachos, les regalamos el la bonita partido. Con concentración, vamos a ir adelante. ¡Vamos, mierda! Perfecto, perfecto.
Well, there's the mascot, the Hong Kong Dragon. The Hong Kong team have 7 minutes to get back into this game, to keep the dream alive of joining the HSBC World 7 Series.
Well, as you'd expect, each nation represented well across the weekend. 40 nations in total. We had the women's qualifiers yesterday with China winning through.
Congratulations to them. China will join the women's circuit.
So 3 points the difference between Chile and Hong Kong. Playing for a shot at taking on Germany tomorrow in the qualifying semi-final. Good quick ball here for Hong Kong. Hood. Hood goes back to Neville. Neville spins out of one and then shoots it out the side. A loose carry there from Neville. Presents the ball back for Chile, and they might have the pace to go the distance. They do. And it's Fernandez with the first try in the second half.
Well, a tough turnover. Trying to force the ball, the offload there. It's a little bit of inexperience. And the experience of the Chileans coming through, quick pass. Some concern behind, the players were taken out. But it won't matter because Chile get in. Beginning of the second half, so important.
Here's another look at the closing stages of the try from Fernandez.
And behind, he's taken out, he's appealing, but he can't have much more advantage than that. It's a 7-pointer.
17-7, 5.5 to play.
5 seconds, go. 5 seconds.
That one just carries a 10. It's taken beautifully as well by Xing. Yu Kam Xing. Fenn. Over to Neville. Neville. This time around the ball placement is spot on, but his teammates get it wrong with the clean out.
Supporting player. These players are coached and advised to get onto their own player, to latch on, not onto the ground. And that's what Coach Damon Murphy has seen. See here, the arriving player, Jack Neville's been crazy. Yeah, just not supporting his own weight. Yeah, and that man knows it. Edmundo Alfos.
Touch of trickery there, though, from the Chileans as they feigned to go in and then pulled out.
And our referees have told us that's something they're going to keep an eye on. That was costly for Hong Kong in possession there.
Uroz. Torrealba asks too much to the runner on the outside, and Hong Kong come away with it through Coverdale. Coverdale! They exhaust it to the left-hand side. They find their own flyer in the form of Xing. Hood in the midfield. Looking to link up here with Fenn. Hood. Now some shape on the attack, but Russell Webb lost his feet. High tackle the call. I'll go quick here. Hong Kong. Jarred there, 7 away. So he looked for the counter ruck, but it's done nicely at the back by Fenn. He picks and goes again. Oh, the wrestle at the breakdown goes the way of Chile. And The try line was screaming to be crossed by Hong Kong.
A little predictable for Hong Kong, but surely there was a ruck form there. Chilean hands in. Goes to deck, supporting players in. His hands are on the ground. I don't know if Paul John will be happy with that interpretation. That man will be.
Gee, this man's had some kind of a weekend. Uroz for Chile has been in everything.
Yeah, the intensity's really gone up here. We're going to find that in these last two games as well. As you said, these teams playing for a spot against Germany, the semi-final of the qualifier.
Time back on.
Clean take again. And here they go. Westcott. Westcott is quick and has handy feet. Westcott turns the defence inside and out. And now Chile really edging ahead. Menuatse with a try. And the margin bounces out to 15. Kick to come.
Credit the work rate of these Chilean players. They kept going. Menuatse. Good step there. From the substitute, Lucas Westcott. He's been outstanding in Hong Kong. Constantly turning, asking questions. In the end, had his mate on hand to run it in.
Okay. Through goes another two, 24-7, and it's a long way back for Hong Kong now.
I think our DJ's recognizing the situation here. Bittersweet symphony plays in Hong Kong Stadium.
What a classic from the Verve.
Yes, we like the Verve.
Toralba up the middle, and Chile win the restart as well. Uroz sends it long. It's a terrific ball from Uroz. Now he slips back in the pocket, fields a pass in field. Uroz. Westcott. Toralba has banked huge minutes through pool play in this qualifying quarterfinal. The basketball pass over the top might work in favour of Chile. It does. Valahos. Uroz out wide, and he loses a handle.
Well fitting. Hong Kong have the last possession here. As time ticks down in our last minute. Scrum down, Hong Kong ball. You know, you got to credit Paul John and his team. They worked incredibly hard with this group. But at some point, the pool of athletes, you know, they're very skilled, the Hong Kong players, but you need those bigger men that you see, the Fiji, Kenya. You just don't have that range of athlete to select in a country like Hong Kong at the moment.
Here they go on the wraparound. Across to Max Denmark. Max Denmark. 40 away. Breen. Hood. Holds it up for Lee. In turn to Breen. Breen. Keeps it alive for Fenn. Now it's Hood. Over the top. The ball's trapped at the feet by Webb. Webb still moving and shaking. 10 away. And that'll be a penalty against Chile. On they come. Hong Kong. Hong Kong, they won't come away with a result. They might come away with a final 5-pointer though. It's Max Denmark, the youngster.
Well, maybe he is the future. He has the frame of a modern sevens player. Credit the Hong Kong side, not quitting, pummeling away. And Max Denmark gets to go for it right in front of the south stand. A little too little, too late. But excellent effort from Hong Kong to get here to the quarterfinals.
Chile progress. They will take on Germany tomorrow. Each of them chasing a shot at the big time on the HSBC Sevens World Series. Full time here. Chile 24 have defeated Hong Kong 12.
So Germany and Chile through to the qualifier semi-finals. Who will join them? Our next match between Japan and Uruguay. Japan, who won this qualifying event to win coronation on the circuit a few years ago, running out here. They're an original Hong Kong Sevens team, first appeared here way back in 1976. And here are their starters: Seru, Soejima, Daizawa the captain, Sakai, Nakamura, Hashino, and Siosifa Lisala. For Uruguay, Gabriel Puig the captain, Eugenio Plotier, Augustin Delacorte, Liechtenstein, Felipe Echeverri, Diego Ardeo, and Santiago Arata. Richard Kelly, your referee for this one. Rob Vickerman, expert comments for this qualifier quarter-final. Both these teams have shown some good stuff so far this weekend.
They have indeed. The Japanese team really exciting. Got a little bit of Fijian flow amongst them, and I think they're going to go well.
Japan won the 2017 Asia 7 Series to be here. And here they go, straight off the bat. This is a runaway from Siosifa Lisala. Lisala's away inside. What a start from Japan. Siosifa Lisala.
And this one of their better players, Lisala, known for his time on the HSBC 7 Series, and when he was on it, he was just as destructive. Give him space out wide, he finds it from the restart. One bounce step across, then it's all about the pace. Sweeper comes across, slows down a bit, and then steps back on the inside. Good awareness, good accuracy, great balance, and a good finish.
Brilliant stuff from Lisala. Only one thing happening there, try time.
Quite enjoying his flowing locks as well there.
Yeah, smile on the face too, enjoying his rugby. Conversion unsuccessful, remains at 5-0. So Japan with the jump on Uruguay early in this qualifier quarter-final. Hashino gets us started again. It's been won by Uruguay. It's good defense there from Katsuyuki Sakai with the help of Johnny Nakamura.
And again to the restart, claimed off the go. Sakai initially gets the fend, but gets back, flicks it down, and a two-man effort. Getting the sizable help from Nakamura. Get up.
Richard Kelly telling the player to get on with it, and why not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. Japan v Uruguay. Lock on there from Japan. Line out not quite going to plan. Good attacking position this for Uruguay. What's the play here, Rob Vickerman? What's the expert view?
Well, first of all, got to win your scrum. A lot of these scrummages in this Sevens tournament have been turned over, believe it or not. So a bit of pressure on the 9, get it to your centre to split their field. The Uruguayans, they have one player blind and one player open. If they feel they've got the wheels, they shift it to the winger.
Decide to come open. They've done the first job well, the scrum, and there's a kick in behind, and they're onto it. Oh, that's well done from Santiago Arata. Set move off the scrum, works to perfection.
Doesn't it just split the field? All you want's opportunity to get that space in behind. Definite set play move. And once it's on the toe, it's all about the wheels. Arata, as we've seen a fair few times this weekend, qualifiers tournament, using that kicking game to score.
Extra 2 and a 2-point lead. Lovely off the left foot, wasn't it? In behind Nakamura.
And it works because it's flat, it's at the line. That's the most important thing. Tough skill, well executed.
So 3:30 to go in the first half. Uruguay decide to kick long. They're going to make Japan run this out all the way from their own territory. Here's Lisala, the try scorer, up to the 22-metre line. Going in for the turnover there was Ardeo. Penalty though, Japan.
We can see another indiscretion at the breakdown. A little bit of a mess there. Richard Kelly on there to call it.
Japan win the line out. Back line set wide. They shift it quickly. Lisala again holds the ball in two hands. Slightly messy pass to Naikambula. He basketball passes it back inside, but it's gone over the sideline. But it'll be a Japan feed. It's come off an Uruguayan hand. Damien Karuna won this event in the Hong Kong Sevens with New Zealand. Here he is coaching Japan, trying to get them back on the HSBC World Rugby 7 Series full-time. Naikambula. Recycling the ball quickly here, Japan, trying to put pace on the game, using the width. So far, though, Uruguay have kept them in check, but perhaps not now. That's an important tackle on Soejima. Still alive, though, for Japan, up to the 10-metre line. Ashino keeps it alive. Here's Sakai. Naikambula. He's got Lisala to his right, goes inside, there's Naikambula, and back away again. Can't find the offload. Turnover, Uruguay. Little knock on there on the floor. They almost snaffled that perfectly, did the South Americans, but just a touch.
And it's great defence. Get a big man down, lasso their laces. Atara making that chop. A little bit unfortunate there, Uruguayans. I think in most other situations that would have been a turnover, a penalty. But Naikambula holding on a little bit too long.
That's a little unfortunate there, the Uruguayans. It's a Japanese feed right on the 22-metre line. Clock ticking down on this first half. Uruguay leading by 2. Lisala has Sakai on the cut. Offloads the ball nicely to Hashino. He does so back to Sakai. Oh, that's nice. That's lovely. Katsuyuki Sakai under the posts in tandem with Lisala. And that's put Japan in front in this qualifier quarter-final.
Now, this is outstanding sevens rugby. Sakai getting that offload initially, then having the effort and energy to get back on his feet. As you always expect, Lisala is a Duracell bunny, just does not give up. Keeps that ball moving on the inside, out the back of the palm. What a lovely score from Japan.
Conversion from right in front, no problem. That's a 5-point lead for Japan.
This is great work. Keeping it alive, riding those tackles, lovely footwork amongst some serious traffic. Textbook offloading.
Still have time to restart play. Of course, in sevens, if you score a try, you restart. The kick to the near side here, chasing this is Seru, but it's fallen into the hands of the Uruguayan team. And there's a little bit of room on the near side there. You thought Diego Ardeo might have had a shot down the sideline, but it's gone over the sideline, and that'll be half-time. 2 tries to 1. Japan leading Uruguay by 12 points to 7.
right. So let's put instead of here in the 5, we'll put the 4.
네, 그런 입구잖아. 여기다
Okay, let's have it there. Let's get it. Okay, nothing changes.
何も変わることは
Just want the boys on the line out. Right?
で、ラインアウトの時
Coming through and the referee's not picking up on top.
で、相手が来てるけど、レフェリーがそれ見てないんで
Jay said just carry, pump, see the point, then we go on.
で、キャリーで
Okay,
それでもすぐ行く
carry, see drive, see the point, then we go on.
まず、デリバリーを下からダウンしたら、オフサイドになるからデリバリーを下からデリバリー下から
Japan leading Uruguay by 12 points to 7 in the qualifier quarter-final.
絶対やめろ絶対サボるし相手もタックルくるやんたまたまやたまたまあれ本当たまたまちゃんと真面目にサボるでしょここでここきつい時ここねよし相手全然動くてない10出しまで動けないまあ疲れないしラスト7まずボールキープシートバース
Some final words of motivation in the Japanese huddle. Just 5 points the difference in this game. 2 tries to 1. Lisala and Sakai have scored for Japan. The winner of this game will go through to play either Ireland or Zimbabwe in the semi-finals. Hashino decides to kick long again. Eugenio Plotier out there for Uruguay. Heavy tackle coming in from Nakambula, and he's ripped the ball brilliantly. But the player had his knees on the floor. You heard the voice of Richard Kelly, so tackler had to release. Uruguay decide to kick for the line out, but haven't found touch. So here comes Japan on the counter. Hashino switches play to Sakai. Quick pass. Dai Ozawa, the captain, finds refuge on the floor. Lisala offloads, and here come Japan once again. A try here might make it very difficult for Uruguay to come back, and they're away, the Japanese. Oh, this is a runaway. It's Josei Seru. You miss touch, and Japan gets you on the counter-attack. 17-7 with a kick to come under the posts. That could be a big swing.
It's a big swing from a couple of big Fijian heritage players. Sojima first and foremost, the old hitch kick bounces off the left and then keeps it alive on the inside. Seru just too big, too powerful as he glides and opens up that serious gate. Big old stride from him. Great skill, great patience, and what about that execution? Good to see.
Sakai with the conversion successful. So that's 19-7 now. Plenty of time to go, over 5 minutes in the second half of this qualifier quarter-final. Without the passes completed, Japan completely dominating possession in this game. Hashino goes short this time. That's been won by Lilandamu, and here's Sakai. He's got Lilandamu to his left, gives it back to the big man, and that's just reward for winning the restart for your team. Finishing it off with a try, Josefa Lilandamu.
The two-man show, Sakai kicks it, backs it up, the support bounces on the inside. The man that wins the restart again, showing that work rate, getting back up, getting amongst it. Just fallen from about 5 foot in the air, but he does not care. Up he gets and scores it.
Tsuyuki Sakai with the conversion. Look at that, brilliantly done from Lilandamu. Sakai knew he always had him in support. He had an option on the right as well. Went back to the big number one. And here we go again, back underway. Mountain to climb now for Uruguay. They're going to have to score quickly on the hit and spin here. Here's Ardeo. Nakambula's held him up, though, with the help of Lilandamu. Can't get his knees to the floor this time. That's a maul. And this will be a Japanese scrum. This could go on all day. They've ripped it clear, Japan. Here they come, Nakamura. Nakamura's seen a gap, got a man outside, and he's found him. But Naoko Motomura couldn't hold on to it. Uruguay breaking away free now. You feel they need to score points pretty quickly. Heavy contact in midfield. And that's high, says the referee. Dangerous. Penalty. Inch by inch, Uruguay getting there. 26-7, 3 minutes to go. Favaro. Coming the short side, Echeverri. Nakamura comes in and makes a hit. Sotomera at scrum half. Look at that line speed from Japan. Putting pressure, but they've got an overload here. An overlap on the near side of Uruguay. Ball in one hand. Pass goes to the floor from Favaro, but it's still alive. Favaro at scrum half. There's gaps out here for Uruguay. They've got to fix the Japanese defence, put it through their hands, and they will get their try. Finally, Eugeni Plotier puts it down, and that gives Uruguay some hope.
Plotier scores it. Richard Kelly just wants a word for a bit of an exuberant celebration initially. Lovely little ball. Big fan of that basketball style. Went to try and find the speculate on the inside. Did Favaro, but just not found. Ball on the floor, broken field, and then it's just about a 4-on-2. Doesn't matter what level, under 10s or international, qualifying sevens rugby, you've got to fix, you've got to pass, you've got to execute. They did exactly that.
Conversion good, 26-14. Game on, 1:40 to go. 12 points the difference, 2 scores required. Flat restart that time from Uruguay, and it's been knocked on.
Option? Oh no, sorry, it's kicked out. Not directly.
So Ejima sets a scrum here to Uruguay, knock on first.
Yeah, it wasn't directly in the touch, so he must play a scrum.
Well, he backed himself, didn't he? Went for the pickup, right hand down, left hand couldn't quite guide it. Definite knock on there.
Why wouldn't you just let it go over the sideline, take the line out throw?
Because it's partly for G, and he wants to pick that up with one hand, scoop it, and run 60 metres in Hong Kong.
They've got a 12-point advantage here, Japan. Trying to hold on here and reach a qualifier semi-final. Here comes Uruguay. Need to score twice and need to score fast to stay in this game. Arteo tackled that time, knees to the floor, got to let go defender. 44 seconds to go, needs to happen now or never. Japan line speed good, show and go. Uruguay trying to find something. It's a frenzy of defence from the Japanese. They're all over Uruguay here. Little knock on. Clock ticking down though, 25 seconds. I think it's going to run out for the South Americans.
It most definitely is, but what energetic defence. Let's not take away what is on the table here. This game is part of this journey these teams are on for the golden ticket. The HSBC World 7 Series, that is some carrot dangling.
It looks like Japan are going to get through to the semi-final. Working till the end here. There's the full-time hooter. Uruguay will try and finish with a try here. Still crawling towards the line is Favaro. Favaro! It's Arteo with the score. They finally get it. They need 12 points. He's elected not to take the kick at goal, which means he can restart.
Time's up, so you either take the kick or end the game. What do you want to do?
Richard Kelly saying time's actually up on the clock, so they can't go back to the halfway line and kick off. There's no time for a restart. So had there been 1 more second left, they could have gone and restarted the game. Maybe got another 7 points from a converted try, but that's it. They've run out of time, and that is game over. So Japan carry on in the qualifying competition. They are through to the semi-finals. They've beaten Uruguay by 26 points to 19, and they'll play the winner of our next match between Ireland and Zimbabwe.
On one occasion that will be in San Francisco in July, but for these two sides it's about becoming a core team in 2019. Ireland to take on Zimbabwe. Strong lineup from both sides, and you can see that the artists will actually start on the bench for Ireland. O'Donnell and Fitzpatrick have been good all weekend, as has Keenan and O'Brien. And for Zimbabwe, Chidaquindo and Tamweta have been their top try scorers here in Hong Kong for 2018. And Ireland are 3 games away from the dream that started 3 years ago in Bosnia in 2015, a program that was to take them from Division C to the Grand Prix to the World Cup to a status team in 2019. 2 of the players in this Irish team heavily involved in from 2015, Harry McNulty and also Mark Roach. The respected players, and also Luke O'Dea, who had a big impact in making sevens something special. Carl Tanana alongside me, and Carl, they've been the form team right from day one.
Yeah, a lot of reps going into this tournament, wasn't there, for this Irish unit. They haven't disappointed the first couple of games. It's still a very tough assignment in Zimbabwe. Well, I'll know everyone's picking Ireland for this tournament, for this game. So they come in this with an attitude, I'm sure, nothing to lose.
Australian referee Jordan Way to control this match, and that must be the alternative strip for Zimbabwe, and it's very bright.
Hope this isn't a sign of things to come for the Zimbabweans. Yeah, bad man, Steve Jameson. Bad man.
Ireland through Mark Roach, the high kick, lost forward there, but off the hands, play on, and what a start, O'Donnell! John O'Donnell, 6'4" wing in the 15-a-side game, 20 seconds on the clock, and Ireland are on the board.
A good way to start a quarter-final, isn't it? See here, contest from Ireland, comes off the back of the head, so that's play on. Nice little short pass. Wow, quick as you please.
Out of the Lansdowne club.
Nice little short pass, wasn't it? Hit a player at full steam. There's no way the Zimbabwe defence can come back and cover that up.
Wins against the Cook Islands by 41-5, 26-0 against Jamaica. And then they dispatched of Uruguay 36-0, so they've conceded just 5 points. A number of them involved with the Irish under-20 side in 2016. Hasn't gone for 10 metres, but in that 2016 team at the under-20 World Cups, they were beaten by England, so runners up, and a lot of those players are here on show. Now let's see how they defend against the Zimbabwean side, who moved the ball out to Pritchard, Connor Pritchard, taking in the tackle of Keenan. Back into the midfield, and now Chimbwe out to Nichironga. Been around for a number of years, has Nichinonga, we've seen him on a number of occasions here in Hong Kong. Change of direction here from Hinduza and Tamweda. They seem to be crossing and finding some holes in this Irish defence as well. The quick hands from Hinduza may have worked, but he's held onto the ball and taken it to the 22. Backwards off green means that it's not knocked forward, and Roach immediately gets it into the hands of Fitzpatrick. Kennedy is one of the great finishers. He scored 4 tries over the last 2 days, so he knows his way to the white line. Does Kennedy. Ball on the inside. Support is good. They get out of their own half to Ireland, and they've got a good complement of players out to the right. Quickly the ball moves into the hands of the playmaker, and Kennedy. Away goes Hugan Keenan, rather, and jersey number 8. Boy, that was patient, but once they got to the playmakers and the finishers, it was good night.
Yeah, just straightened the ball nicely on the run, did Keenan. They shifted out here. Look at him just straighten on the ball right there. That was the thing that got him through the hole, the sliding defence. Couldn't adjust. Making it look easy at the moment, Ireland.
What's impressed you the most about this Irish team? Their composure with ball in hand, or just the way that they're able to execute?
I think the team ethos that they've had, Willie's been very impressive. They've got players that are very good at what they do, and I think it's a big secret of it. Sometimes you have guys going individual in these sort of situations, but I think their team players have been a real strength of theirs.
Shane Daly just been asked to make sure he's on side, and he's going to get up and compete. In fact, he just lets them take the ball, and Nichinonga was the man that took it. Comes back to him, and to clear it quickly was Chimbui. Happy to take the ball to the edges, right out where the sideline is, and then push it back. Someone needs to go straight. Someone needs to step and challenge this defensive line at the moment, because Ireland are just going up and across.
Well, that's a good team structure I was talking about, Willie. The togetherness, the spacing was good, the communication was good in defence here from Ireland. Because their spacing is good, you see first tacklers down, second tacklers over the ball challenging it. That's the turnover penalty, holding on.
Incredible program that they had, though, isn't it, Carl? That they said that in 3 years' time we want to do this. We want to be a core team. We also want to be at the Rugby World Cup.
Yeah, Australian Dates and Nusafora really has been a big pusher in that department, starting to pay dividends right now.
Roach feeds the line out and then gets it around the corner. This is O'Brien. O'Brien thought about throwing the ball out the back to Kennedy, opted to hold on to it, and the try scorer Keenan clears it. Now back to where the concrete mixers are. The big pass out to Fitzpatrick. He'll step. Fitzpatrick's going to score. Oh, wonderful sevens. From the set piece, they took it out wide and they brought it back. And Ireland score their third.
And because they're keeping their wide shape, they're getting on the outside of the Zimbabwean defence, or a banana-ing in. The way to do that is with these nice long passes. See, double pumps. Gives that 30-metre ball on the fly. It's the money one. They have to shuffle over really quickly, so they're vulnerable to the inside step. The inside help cannot get there on defence from Zimbabwe. They just don't have an answer at the moment.
Most tries in the tournament for the qualifying is Ireland, and they'll concede the kickoff there. They wait patiently, and now they'll test their defence as well. They go across to Tamweda. Another error from the Cheetahs.
Yeah, Pritchard there, unfortunately, just dropping the ball cold there. And that might be just a direct result of the amount of tackling that they've had to do. Comes across field. You can see there, just has a lot of look, doesn't he? Inexcusable.
Clapped his hands too, so he definitely knew it was coming, didn't he?
Too many balls given away in fact, for Zimbabwe. In the wrong position of the field too.
Under 18, 19 and 20 rep. Mark Roach, who fed the scrum and gave it back to Keenan. He goes straight ahead, and now Roach will kick and go. Looking for support. Not Howard gets up and goes again. What a performance from Roach, 6 short. And now they go down Main Street. O'Donnell gets close.
No roll, down. No roll, on the front. Yeah. You're going to be on the front. Okay? You can't be in front.
Roach gives the short ball, and now they put the head down, reaches out. And I think Will Connor scored the 4th for Ireland in the first half.
He's lucky he scored this. He had about 12 blokes on the outside of him here. Good time to score too. Commanding lead 24-0 with the kick to come. Here's the pick and goes right at the middle. Releases the ball, goes again. They have another one after this as well. Just not getting enough time to come back and set their defence, Zimbabwe, just because of the pure speed. And here it is here. Shane Daly, good score.
Apologies, the man born in Cork and playing for Cork Constitution in Munster gets the 4th try. Half-time, Ireland with a comfortable lead of 26 points.
This is really we've got a big deal. They're half, our half now. Deep. Not give up. Let us now dig more, and now it's pushing up. We've got to dig deep. It's not wide. We've got to move wide on the run. That's the simplest thing that we've got to do. Move on the run. Take it, Bruce. Come on. Yeah.
Ball's come on, look at the ice the ball, so whenever it's out from the outside, it's not good, okay?
Okay, control the ball. Come on, control the game. Okay?
Nice, boys.
Have a stride there if you need to. Yeah, I got him.
Well, the mountain for Zimbabwe just got like the skyline of Hong Kong, and they'll need to score first to get back into this game. They've certainly got the players and the skill set as Hilton Mutaraki gets it over the 10 metres. They compete in the air, and it's gone forward from an Irish hand, and so the first thing first is to get possession. And now O'Neill to the line. Ireland sent in a couple of players. Keenan's lost his footing, but Zimbabwe sent in more players to retain possession. Hunduza shows some nice footwork and nice stepping, and then they get into the backfield. Roach is caught on to make a tackle. Beautiful line and support line from them. They've got numbers out to the left here now. They just need to shift the ball. They step and go back to Chitaquindo. Best attacking opportunity for Zimbabwe in the match. Out to the right, 2-on-1. The wide pass needed to go to hand.
The under penalty advantage here. Just a little bit of composure here, the Zimbabwean team just playing at pace. And they might have a bit of an injury here. One of those is doing his bootlaces up.
Come out.
And just looking sideline the Irish team here, well, he looks like Harry McNulty is in a civvy gear, so hopefully he's okay to go tomorrow. He's a big part of the puzzle for this Irish team. The big number 3.
Yep. He certainly is. From the UCD club, born in Bahrain. There's Harry McNulty, and as mentioned throughout the commentary, he's been part of it since 2015 when they put the program together as the Irish coach Anthony Eddie looks on. He's so right. McNulty and Roach, two of the most experienced players in this young Irish team, and that's the great thing about it, is the youth that they have. Zimbabwe 5 short, out to O'Neill. Nice delivery out to Pritchard now. The line speed from Keenan was good. Chitaquindo. It's just one out running here from Zimbabwe, easy to defend for the Irish. And now Hunduza gets it a little bit wider. They run the angle, that's been tapped back by Green, and Fitzpatrick's carried it back, so it'll be a 5-metre scrum.
Great work though, they're making them work hard, aren't they, this Irish defence? Zimbabwe probing and probing, but they just can't seem to find a way through this staunch Ireland tackling. Trying to get on the outside, just popping it back there, timely intercept.
I think a real feature of this Irish team is the depth that they have. Players that they bring on from the bench certainly make an impact. And we've seen that over the 3 matches that they've had over the last day and a half, 2 days.
Come on.
First things first. Their motto for the tournament has been 6 games, 1 game at a time. That's all they're concentrating on, and Zimbabwe is the target at the moment. Shindusa out to O'Neill. Big gap between him and the player Chitaquindo, way out on the left-hand wing. Comes running in, looking for some work now. Going to try and use his speed. Good tackle. Right around the bootlaces, the offload. They may have scored their first try here. Yes, they have. And Hilton Mudariki.
Yeah, the captain for this tournament coming off the bench here, Mudariki. And finally they get some reward, some sustained attack. He's the one that gave that last pass, but he keeps him support. Nice line taken there. They deserve this. Zimbabwe been threatening for a little while.
That's a great looking conversion. Just falls short. Well, I hope the Irish haven't put the cue in the rack. Still plenty of time left in this game.
Well, that's the thing. They need to keep their foot on the throat still. They don't want to give Zimbabwe any sniff. There they are. The 2 flags right next to each other.
The call is made from the big lock. Will Connor, he goes high, keeps his eyes on the ball. It's a lovely skill to get it and to bring it down. Here's Roach. He goes one-on-one and they try and hold him up. I thought he had a knee to the ground, but now they might just start walking out with him and taking him to the sideline. Come right this way, sir.
Good work, wasn't it, from Zimbabwe, realising the situation. Good strength showing.
No. Easy middle. Sit off. Sit off first. Gap both.
You see, Shamala should be the target for Zimbabwe. Goes up high, brings it down in 2 hands and delivers it back to Hundusa. O'Neill looks to strike back the way that the forwards are. Nice dummy from O'Neill as well. That's a seatbelt tackle, so there'll be a penalty here. Far too high from Molan. And he's in the bin for 2 minutes.
Yeah, great fish here where you take it to the midfield and come back to blind and try and isolate some forwards with the nippy footwork. Yeah.
22-year-old from Dublin University will be in the bin for 2 minutes, and real opportunity here for Zimbabwe to get back into this game. They need to strike and strike immediately. There is O'Connor. Pops the ball up to Shamala. And the error there.
Just a little knock on, I think, when he took it into the setup, unfortunately, for Shamala. Trying to plead his case. Take it down there. Oh, that was okay. That pickup was all right.
Time off, please.
There it is there, right at the end. Fair enough. Good call.
Number two. Come on. Crouch. Bind. Set.
Just 6 players on the field. And one of them is threatening the line all the time. When Terry Kennedy gets the ball, something happens. It's released and cleared. The dummy from Bulakun, and now out to Roach. He gets it out to the man that started it, Kennedy, and Kennedy will finish it. Well, they're down to 6 players, and that is splendid.
He's looked busy the last minute or so, hasn't he, Terry Kennedy? There's no excuses defensively for the Zimbabwe team, just too tired, aren't they, in the middle? And he's got plenty in the tank as Terry Kennedy.
High octane here from the Irish.
5 seconds.
And that should seal it. Quality player from the St. Mary's College Club in the region of Leinster. And Irish eyes are smiling in Hong Kong.
They're singing the Spice Girls. They've shown a lot of spice, this Irish team, over the course of this weekend. Great to stay here till the last game.
5. Let's kick it. Let's kick it.
Gets it off just in time. Challenge in the air. That's a fair contest between 2 players keeping their eye on the ball, and Ireland now looking to try and score more points if they can. Kennedy hits the turf, gives it back to Bulakun. Here comes Connor. Connor's big and he's going to take a lot of stopping. Tries to crawl towards the 22. It's quickly released, and now siren sounds. Time and game over, but Ireland want to try and finish with one more try. Some footwork there out on the extremes from Mullen, who's back on the field now, so they're back to 7. They'll get the penalty.
Keep working, keep working.
Taps, and he wants to get on with it. And the naughty chair is gone from the outhouse to the penthouse.
A great way to finish. A good day's work here for this Irish team, getting up, taking it quickly as Mullen. Never back the 10, so they can't touch the player.
A couple of minutes in the sin bin, and he's come back and responded brilliantly. And that's the job well done on day 2. Unsuccessful with the conversion, but the team in Emerald have answered Ireland's call. And at full time here, Ireland have beaten Zimbabwe and will go through to play Japan in the semi-final of the qualifications. Ireland 38 to Zimbabwe 5.
Well, they didn't really look threatened, and they deserved that huge win in the end in day 2 here at Hong Kong Stadium. 38 points to 5, Ireland. Some of the stats just to go through this game, hitting tacklers. Look at that from the Irish team. Roach, Daly, Fitzpatrick sharing the workload. Carries with Kennedy. Show he's very good. Roach though, and Kennedy up and down that left-hand side to show how influential they have been.
Anthony, you're through to the semi-finals of the qualifying tournament, going pretty well so far.
It's been going well so far, but the business end really started with the quarterfinals and, yeah, as you say, semi-finals, so it's a new challenge tomorrow.
Give us an insight into the Island Sevens program. It's only 3 years young. You're one step closer to the golden ticket.
Yeah, they are. This has always been the goal for us, so they're doing a great job. They've done a great job since we started, so credit to the boys. They've really stepped up this weekend.
You've got Japan in the semi-finals. What are the challenges there?
Oh, they're a good side. They've got World Series experience as well, so we'll have to be on our game tomorrow morning to compete against them.
And how do you rest up? How do you go again? Make sure you bring your A game on finals day.
Oh, I think they're a motivated bunch, so they've been looking forward to this. A number of them have been looking forward to this for 3 years, so they'll be ready to go tomorrow morning.
It's already been some year for Irish rugby already. It'd make it even sweeter, wouldn't it, if you guys could go all the way in this competition here?
Yeah, it would be. I think that's been great motivation for the boys as well, just the success of the other programs that have been operating. So hopefully we can thrive on that tomorrow and go one step better.
Thanks. Good luck in the semi-final.
Thank you.
And the business end of the Hong Kong Sevens for 2018 starts tomorrow with Germany taking on Chile in the first semi-final, and then Japan to meet Ireland. To the main cup competition, where of course there is the trophy quarterfinals, and Samoa will play France. England up against Australia, two sides that didn't think they'd be on this end of the draw. Wales against Russia, and then Canada against the very determined South Korea. Then the big cup quarterfinals. Pride of the Pacific, Fiji against Argentina. South Africa, who lead the series at the moment, will entertain Spain. The United States up against New Zealand should be a thriller, and Kenya to play Scotland. And of course, player tracker here. No surprise at all to see Perry Baker leading there ahead of Gled and Bryce, Alex Davis, and George Horn makes up the top four. Thanks for watching our coverage here, and we hope you can join us tomorrow for more action from the Hong Kong 2018 Sevens.
Okay, so this is a piece of the camera for Sky UK.